Hi, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here. Me and my shit-eating grin, because I'm about to say a whole bunch of shit that's gonna offend somebody. But y'all ready to hear something super retarded? So, for those of you that didn't know, the snowflakes are considering obese a slur. You know, the same way retarded is a slur, the way these medical terms are slurs now. And why? Because humans are stupid. Amazing, right? Because humans choose to be stupid and only get more retarded. They have now made obese a slur. I can't stand y'all. Maybe that's why I've been so depressed these past few days. Because the 19th is 8 days away. And I'm like, physically, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm going to kill myself. I can't be here anymore. So I'm just depressed. But y'all have done it. You got Jenna Marbles off the internet. Not Jeffree Star. No. Not Onision. No. Not Shane Dawson the way you wanted, even though y'all are so retarded. So obesely retarded. Y'all are just so stupid. So stupid, you need a lobotomy. That's how stupid some of y'all are. Did you know that? Did you know that obese is considered a slur? Because fat people hate hearing that they're fat. They hate it. Because humans hate being faced with the reality that they need to change, that they are a piece of shit and need to change. So instead of acknowledging the fact that you are obese, they made it a slur. They started calling it a slur, which is funny because it's like now, instead of just being, oh yes, that non-neurotypical person with Asperger's and learning disabilities and speech problems is mentally retarded. We can't say that anymore, no? So what do you say? How do you describe, in medical terms, to that person over there is obese? What? Is whale the medical term now? Do you prefer whale? Would you like your doctor to write whale on your papers? Because a whale is a large creature. That cannot help the fact that they are a large creature. A whale was born large, will die large. No such thing as an anorexic whale. Closest you get to an anorexic whale is that whale skeleton hanging in the Museum of History. Is it in the Museum of History? Or is it in the... No, I think it's in the Museum of History. I'm pretty sure that whale that hangs from the ceiling, if they didn't remove it, that might be an anorexic whale. That might be a small whale. I've never seen a real whale to compare it to the whale that hangs from the ceiling that I personally try not to look at because I have a very big fear of it falling down and have a hard time grasping how something that large, potentially that heavy, stays in the air so easily. And if an earthquake hit the area, would that be terrible? This isn't about that whale. This is about other whales. Other whales who prefer non-medical terms. Do you see the problem here? Do you see it? I can't be the only one that sees it because Jenna Marbles isn't on YouTube anymore. Therefore, other people must also see the stupidity of the situation. So because humans don't want to take responsibility for themselves and their actions and just like choose to get offended when faced with the truth. You're obese. You're fat. You getting triggered by being called lazy because you probably is lazy. Fucking work and or eat less, eat healthier, do something to help yourself instead of just doing the same shit and getting mad at everybody else because you don't want to change anything. And yes, I have also been watching a lot of My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. And for some reason, she has a lot of like videos responding to fat people. So that's just all in my head. And I just find it so funny how it's like people get mad at her for like advocating for a healthy body. And it's like they want to throw things like the fact that she used to be a big girl, but now she's like a fitness guru. She's a fitness coach because she lost that. And now sometimes she still binge eats, and people want to be like, no, your experience is irrelevant because you actually did something about being obese. And it's like, you never hear like a fat person talking about how being fat isn't healthy. It's not healthy. It's not. Like, the body shouldn't have that much pressure on it. The bones can only handle so much. The muscles can only handle so much, especially if you're not building muscle, but you're building fat. It's like, what? Are you practicing for your dreams of being a flotation device? Does fat float, or would fat people just sink? Which is funny because it seems more aggressive calling them fat, right? But they prefer, oh, I'm sorry, do they prefer whale? But anyway. I was like, oh wait, can I not say fat because I'm not fat? And I've never really been fat. Like at my fattest, I just look pregnant. So can I not say fat? Wait, no, I didn't have a high BMI. I just had high cholesterol from eating so much salt. I mean, that's why I'm so salty later on in life, because I used to eat like salt, so much salt that my doctor is like, your cholesterol is too high. If you don't change your diet and work out and stop doing what you're doing, you're going to die at the age of like 30, which, maybe I should have kept doing it, because then I'd be close to dying. But anyway, do you guys see the problem with this, with letting the snowflakes run everything, to the point where a medical term used to describe a person who is drastically overweight is now being seen as a slur? Because people not only want to not stop being fucking douchebags and making fun of people who are obese, and people who are obese don't want to take responsibility. Where it's like, you watch all these videos about all these people who are like body positive, but they're only body positive when it comes to fat bodies. Where it's like, yes, let's die together. I love jiggling on everything and being so big that I break chairs. I love it. Am I gonna change? No, you gotta accommodate me and my 15 cheeseburgers. And I'm just like, why are y'all like this? Why are you being so toxic? Like, take your fat asses and go on a little island and start your own fat community if you want, like, every chair to be big enough to accommodate you. Like, there are chairs that can't even fit me, bro. Do you think I get upset if I break them? No. Like, if I'm sitting... You think when I got stuck in a kiddie swing because I got white-ass hips, you think I was like, oh, they need to make child swings accommodate people like me? Which, mind you, I was like a teenager at the time. Maybe like an old child, young teenager. No, I wasn't. I was like, I'm probably never going to sit fully inside of a child swing again unless there is another person there to help me get out of it. Because I'm not retarded. I mean, I'm a little retarded. I might have Asperger's, which does make me clinically retarded. But I'm not retarded like some of y'all choose to be retarded. Because me, I'm not choosing to have Asperger's. I'm not choosing to have autism. But I can fully think about this shit, unlike some of y'all who choose to just fuck thinking like other people. Fuck thinking of like I'm not the only one that matters. Fuck thinking that other people have feelings and shit, and fuck acknowledging that. No. All that matters is me, because I am a white nigga and I am all that matters. Even if you ain't a white nigga, I promise you, white niggas, they don't give a fuck about non-white niggas, and the only thing that matters to a white nigga is a white nigga. So, which is why I don't understand why y'all be pushing for the world they created. Y'all really out here miserable as shit, broke as shit, poor as shit, just stuck in the slave mentality talking about this is a norm and we have to stick to it. You just have to fight and work and do everything you can to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Why? Why? It don't matter your race. It don't matter your sex. It don't matter your age. There is a glass ceiling above every person of color in this white man's world. And y'all are just like, yes, yes, daddy white man. Yes, daddy white man. Whatever you say is the norm, and we're just gonna do it. Like, yeah, a black man could rise up in this world and do anything that a white man can do. He can't, because it's the white man's world. And there are so many hoops you gotta jump through, and you can't be yourself. You can't bring your thick African culture into the office lounge. You just can't. You can't wear your African garbs and your colorful fabrics to the business meeting. I don't understand why they got y'all thinking the monkey suit is the only suit you need. But you do. And you push that as the norm, talking about, oh, you don't look professional. Like, you can't be this and you can't be that with your piercings and your tattoos. You think anybody in one of those African cultures where they have the big-ass lip rings is turning to another person that wants to get their big-ass lip ring? Like, mind you, those are cultural things, too. The bigger the lip ring, the more beautiful the woman. Y'all really think that they out here talk about, oh, you don't look beautiful. I mean, granted, they might be saying that to the people who don't have the lip ring, if that's the culture. But either way, humans are fucking weird, and your norm is not everybody else's norm. Calm your tits, stop being such a narcissist, and get the fuck over yourself, right? What did this video even start about? I don't even remember the subject matter. I'm out of it. Now I'm just thinking about African culture. It's so pretty, though. But why do you think they keep it out of businesses? Why do you think those savages being the white man, don't like it when we bring our culture to the pot? The only way that we can have our culture is if they stole it and took us out of it. And y'all are just like, yes, daddy white man, that is the norm. I love this new norm. Y'all need to calm down, all right? Y'all need to stop worshiping these white men the way they convince you to worship the white man that is Jesus. Like, I don't think I can fuck with any black person that worships white Jesus. Like, family, we gonna have to, like, have a nice hard conversation, cause you gonna tell me a white man came out of Bethlehem, came out of fucking Africa, like, before the clusterfuck that was the Europeans taking over Africa. You're telling me that there was just a white man, just a casual white man, born in Africa. Born in Africa. Oh, right. Jesus was a rape baby. So the angel Gabriel, just came down and raped Mary with his white seed, with the Lord's white seed. Yes. Of course. That's exactly how it happened. I can't take y'all seriously if you're sitting here worshiping your white devil. I mean, Jesus probably wasn't a devil, but this depiction of Jesus, like the fact that these white Christians love, they're just like, yes, suffering. I love suffering. This video's gonna get demonetized like a motherfucker. But these white devils, they fucking love their suffering. They love it. It's like they don't worship Jesus. They worship the man they nailed to the cross so he could suffer for their stupidity. And then, not only did they make him pay for being the greatest motherfucker on the face of the planet, the coolest dude, the greatest magician, the most powerful, the most high, but not that high, because no false gods, and your Jesus is a false god, my nigga. But they were like, we gonna kill you. And your homegirl Mary, we're gonna remove her from the teachings and mutilate what she said. Suffering. Suffering. You can't tell me they don't love suffering. Talking about, oh, you were born into sin, so you have to repent for your sins, but Jesus died for your sins? So what, he died for nothing? Y'all killed him for no reason? How could you be born into sin, but your sin is forgiven? The contradictions don't make sense. Y'all need to stop. Calm down. Stop contradicting yourselves. I need to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I have concluded that all that making fun of suffering has made me forget the subject matter completely. But can we talk about that? How white people they basically worship suffering. Because it's like, Jesus was a man that some believe actually walked this planet. He wasn't accepted. People hated him. People didn't like him. He had too much power. He spoke too much of the truth, and people hate the truth. People hate being told that they're worshiping the wrong dude. There's even the whole book of Judas in which Jesus is all like, your God is wrong, bro. The person who made you and the person that made me are not the same. And then you read the Gnostic text, and Jesus might just be that half man, half God that was prophesied to help man, like, overthrow God. And then you're just like, so y'all just go to church and get brainwashed, huh? Like, even as a kid, I, like, took in what I was hearing, but none of it resonated, and I questioned it constantly. But it's like, why is Christianity the only religion? I mean, it's not the only religion, but why are they the main religion worshiping suffering? Like, Allah isn't being worshipped in a state of pain. Muhammad isn't being worshipped in a state of pain. We don't walk around like the Star of David is not a symbol of murder. You do realize that when you, like, your little crucifixes and the fact that they all have that Jesus on the cross in their fucking churches, you do realize that you are, like, glorifying your own blasphemy, right? Like, you did not have to take the Son of God and make him suffer for being the Son of God. You jealous motherfuckers. Like, you know that was some white shit, some white nigga shit to, like, put him up on that cross and just, like, die, Jesus, die, drink that vinegar with your dry ass throat. You know there's some white niggas. You know there's some white niggas. Hell, Jesus probably got crucified for being a black man of power. And then the white niggas caught wind of that and were like, we can't have this because then black people are going to think they have the power and we're currently in the process of stealing their power. So let's just make them think that this dude who we made suffer and now we jerk off to his suffering every Sunday. Let's just tell him that he was white so that they don't think that they could ever have power. Cthulhu, if you come over here, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to pick you up. Oh, what am I being? But why is that? I really want to know. Like, white people, they love suffering. They love it. And they can't, like, validate anything unless there's suffering involved. And I don't get that. Like, they always say that you have to suffer to do anything in life. And I don't get why that seems to be the norm. That, like, all these people of color have adapted. Because it's like, at this point, can you even say that can you even say that black people in America have culture? Because I personally don't think they do. Like, there's just a clusterfuck and an amalgamation. Pissing in my hallway is not part of my culture. Living in an ant farm is not part of my culture. Maybe the music, but the music was born of suffering. So, like, what weight can you give it as, like, culture born of culture, because we wouldn't have rap and hip hop and the blues if the white man wasn't a devil, you know? So then what? What would we be if America's history wasn't based in suffering? If we weren't just like the product of manipulation and trying to survive, you know? Like, what would we be? What would Africa be if the fucking white man didn't fucking come and take over everything? Can we just exterminate the white man? Like, not every white person has to die, but just like any white person whose default is a suit, just these old men. Can we just like, I don't know. If I was dictator of the world, there'd be personality tests going around that everybody would have to take. And if you were just like too much of an asshole, like too far from a genuine human, I would just put you to death. I would just put you to death. Like, if there's some hope for you and you are willing to change and able to change and be a better person, sure, we can reform you. But a lot of these people would just get put down under my regime. A lot of them, like, I don't want you on my planet. What would you prefer I do? Just put them in jail so they can what? If I put them in jail, I'm not wasting no taxpayer money on these niggas. Like, there is a difference between somebody who, like, raped 13 women for the enjoyment and got a pleasure out of it, and somebody who, like, robbed a corner store because they needed food to feed their family. You know? Fine line. Some rapist nigga, yeah, you can get put to death because you're probably going to keep doing this shit. But somebody who robbed a store because the system is against them, how about you just change the fucking system instead of, like, making people have to, like, beat the shit out of each other just to make an inch of progress in the system? How about you just change that so that people don't feel the need to rob places? And, you know, if somebody's robbing someone because of the joy of it, just, you know, nice intricate personality test to decide who lives and who dies under the dictatorship of the supreme ruler, which is me. I'm pretty sure I used to introduce myself like that sometimes, but it's just a really long title. My full title is Dalekson, the Time-Traveling Unicorn. Wait. No, Supreme Ruler. Election National here. Supreme Ruler of the Universe. Time-Traveling Unicorn. I don't think I ever put the full title together. I have a bunch of titles. I am a cat with many hats. But anyway, since I don't even remember what my initial subject matter is, and this turned into white people loving suffering, just a little too much. A little too much, which is, you know, you find it funny because it's like when you see Cabin in the Woods, and then it's like, ah, yes, to appease the Japanese guys, we put a bunch of schoolgirls into a school setting, and now they must fight a demon. You must fight a demon. But then you have the American setting where it's like slasher films. There has to be an idiot, a horny girl, a stoner, all these tropes, and there has to be violence upon violence upon violence, and there has to be fucking and violence. And I'm just like, I will take my Japanese schoolgirls fighting a demon, thank you very much, over this nonsensical sex and violence. Like, why are y'all so obsessed with sex? Like, read a book. Learn to make a genuine friend or some shit. So you're not, like, using sex to fill every fucking hole that you have. You know? So anyway, until next time, Internet Nation, know that you were loved by this guy. And this gal. Oh, maybe not this gal. She doesn't really like anybody. And until next time, bye.